I think you should have
No,
a
definitely. Oh,
nifty background.
blurred.
Yes.
Let me fix my.
Yes. Make sure the hair is correct. Mine is nicely aligned with what I wanted it to be.
There we go. I still got similar spiky hair.
Yes, just like back at the zero gravity days.
Back in the studio with you know,
DJ Isaac,
no, the boy Tommy.
the boy Tommy.
You know
If
him?
no one knows what this is, Zero Gravity was a club that we used to spin at for like 2 decades in the Chicago suburbs in Naperville. And the boy Tommy is an old hard house artist that this guy used to play when he was on top of the world as the number one booked DJ in Chicago circa 2005,
That year.
something like that. Hmm.
2000s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
But
dude.
yeah,
So it's nice to have you on our first podcast. This is just gonna be, we don't even know if we're gonna upload this. This might
yeah.
just be just
This
for
is a
us to watch, or it
shot in the
might be
dark.
for, yeah, right. We got to figure out, if we're actually worthy of a podcast, or if no one's gonna watch this, no one's gonna care, or maybe we'll have 5 fans, or maybe 500 or 5 million.
50,000, 5 million is even better. Let me see. I'm still looking at this thing here for the,
Okay.
and I guess I don't need it, right? The blur's doing the job.
No, no, go find a background. I think that's a
This
nice
is the
thing
whole part of
here.
the episode right here. What's the best background for your Zoom and
We
whatever
don't just
mentions?
have great content, we have average to good content, okay?
Yes. It's,
All
it's,
right.
it's subpar at best.
It's pretty darn good if you are, like
Mentally.
10. Right. Mentally fully there, not as much there, will make no
Well,
difference here.
let's bring me to a good point. We all have our days. I'm
Yes, what
sure
does it
everyone
say in your
watching
shirt
this
there?
can correlate. Pardon?
Who's Carl Lagerfeld? Who's that? Lagerfeld?
He's some dude who died, makes shirts and puts his name on it and sells it for a lot of money. That's what he
All
does.
right. I like
Rest in
that.
peace.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a
Making
Calvin
sure.
Klein type, I guess you would say.
Calvin Klein type. Okay.
Tommy
So,
Hilfiger. But
sure, but not as
God
known,
knows though what
probably.
his background is into like all those fashion people. Knows it
Yeah,
out. Right. So,
I like it. Nice stitching, good material, excellent, you know, shape to
I
it.
don't even want to divulge how much I paid for it.
Fantastic shoulder blades. Excellent. Thank you so much for this. Thank you.
It's a little big, but
You
I
know,
gotta
we
have,
can't all have these,
corn. Love that shirt.
clown shoulders, corn shoulders, clown shoulders. Yes.
Corn. I don't have good shoulders.
Don't. We need to work on our
No,
shoulders
I
for
do.
podcast two.
No, I don't.
So yeah, so anyway, welcome in, Brian. Welcome in. So who's the host? Am I a host or are you a host?
I think it's just you're initializing it right now at for the first one because you know you got the background and I don't. That's why.
I don't know, I guess we're both equal. It doesn't nobody's like the host, but I guess I could be a host technically also. So
I'll get an
anyway, yeah.
email from the boss man on the other thing. He's saying someone's trying to
Yes,
access. You know.
we have a boss. We
Yes.
have a boss. So we better not say anything wrong. The boss will look at us and be like, "You guys, what are you doing?" And then we'll be in trouble. Then we'll just have to say that we don't, we are our own bosses and we can do what we want. That's not what you want to say to a boss.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So anyway, Brian, well, we used to be music producers and DJs back in the Chicago suburbs, and we used to spin at Zero Gravity, Energy, Medusas, or known as Mission. Brian and I used to spin in LA. We'd go together or separately. Go up. I've been up to Seattle. Brian's been to Poland and Amsterdam. And we used to spin hard style, hard dance music, a little bit of house. And we've built up a name for ourselves with the 30 to 40-year-olds in Chicago, so they might know who we are. The 18-year-olds might have heard about it from their parents or older cousins or siblings.
Mhm.
But we used to run that place for a certain amount of years.
Yeah.
And when I
Well
mean
known.
run the place, like headline the main shows, open for the big artists, and get paid 3 to 20% better than the next guy. So, it was all about the music, to be
Just writing
honest.
this response right here
That's all right.
so I can get
It's not
rid
like
of
we
it.
have like 7 million people watching this in
Hey
3
guys, just let
years.
me send this one quick message out. You got time, right? I know.
I'm just gonna play Candy Crush. I'm just kidding. Not Candy Crush. Clash Royale is a great game to play. If you've never played it, it's amazing. And also, I recommend RL Sideswipe. It's that, Rocket League. It's that soccer game, where you use the car to kick the ball in the goal. It's very, very fun. I'm almost 40 and I play it, so I'm not gonna play BS games here.
How about paddleball? You play that? That's a big thing now.
Paddle ball?
You don't know paddleball? You live in Florida.
Oh, you mean pickleball?
I guess it's versatile name, but yes, you're probably right. Pickleball is the more known.
Yes.
Shows my age
Yes.
already. Oh my god.
So paddleball is
Paddleball's with a
use it.
small ball. I
Okay.
told you I was flustered today. I had a lot of stuff going on.
Ah, flustered.
That's the
Well,
middle of the day, you know.
I'm the best at anti-flustering
I
games,
haven't
so
even
we're
had a
gonna
cup of
pull you out
coffee
of the
either. The
fluster.
caffeine hasn't had any caffeine yet.
Oh, I already got my caffeinated beverage right here. Okay. I'm
Well,
on
oh, that one's
Alanu.
super healthy with no sugar. Yeah. And it's
It's not
invisible.
s- it's not super healthy. It still has, hold on, what's bad about it? Potassium sorbate. It's a preservative that's not really healthy for your stomach, but everything else is okay, of course. Sucralose. Sucralose isn't good for you, but it has calcium D pantothenate. That's some badass calcium right there. Vitamin B5, baby.
Go straight to your butt.
No, or
Where does it
maybe.
go? Out it.
Goes it just evaporates into energy into your body.
It's more like
Or you pee it out, probably. Now I'm looking down. Am I supposed to like look up and are we supposed to like look
I
into the
don't know.
camera like
This
we're
is the
talking
proper
to our
technique.
stand up straight, you're talking to
How's
your
it going?
listeners. Eye contact with our
Dude,
audience.
this is why
Hello.
it's the, you know what they call these, the pilots. Pilot episode.
Because we're
These are
piloting right
easy.
into a cliff right now, right into the depths of our failed podcast world, right? And
Yeah, this is gonna go up in flames, or essentially no downloads or listens. Right?
shout out
That's
to
how
In
it goes.
Flames, kick-ass metal band.
Is that real?
Yeah, In
Down
Flames,
in
freaking
flames?
they're like, and then it's like that, that kind of stuff. It's really nice, actually. hmm
Yeah. Well, let's go on to the next topic of the day.
So, who's your favorite? Like, what are your favorite podcasts that you like to listen to?
I'm not into listening to a full podcast. Truly, I like the shorts, the podcast
hmm
clips. I
hmm
have time for that.
Yes, yes.
So,
So, who's like some of your favorite like podcasting people?
my favorite, oh, well, your guy, and I'm drawing a blank on his name, but
My guy.
um,
Well, a guy that I like to listen to is definitely Theo Vaughn. Shout out Theo Vaughn, Bobby Lee. Any episodes of those two guys are
you
pretty
have the
good.
mullet. Come on, that's the guy I'm referencing.
Yeah, baby, he's got the mullet, my baby. I
Who's the
can't really
guy?
imitate him.
You didn't say his name yet.
Theo Vaughn.
Oh, you did say his name.
Yes, Theo Vaughn, Bobby Lee. I mean, obviously, if Bill Burr is a podcast, I'll listen. The new Dana Carvey and David Spade podcast they have. Rick Glassman. Do you know Rick Glassman?
Ricky Glassman.
Rick
Hmm.
Glassman.
No, like I said, not big in the podcast. I've seen the one with Shannon Sharp and the guy who like ousted everyone. What's his
Cat
name?
Williams.
Cat
Cat
Williams. Yeah.
Williams. I'm
You
going to
know.
turn the world against themselves today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
You do that well.
Yes. Well, thank you, Brian. I can
I
also
don't know if
talk.
it's
I've read
PC though, bro. We're
1,500
gonna have to
books
edit
in the
that.
last
That's
month.
kind of you're doing imitations of people. Is that
I,
tolerable in
I
today's day?
read I read 30,000 books between the ages of 14 and 16. Cat Williams. Shout out Cat Williams.
Cat Williams, rest in peace.
Just so you know, we are not doing this when we have to do other important work. We
Yeah,
are
you don't
getting
have.
messages from our
Yeah,
job.
it's like 80 of them right now. The world's on fire, but
It's
we're
funny
here.
how as soon as we record this, then all
Yeah,
the messages come in. Hey, what are you
yeah,
guys doing?
yeah.
And
All day we're good and clean.
yeah, we've been working all day, and now we need 1 hour to practice talking to a YouTube channel. Okay, it's just what we're gonna have to
Cameras,
do.
probably, possibly no one. And I don't know, but I could have my child in the background. Do you hear him from here?
No, I think it's the noise suppression is on, so it
Excellent.
eliminates background
Perfect.
noise.
I
Yes, yes,
appreciate
yes.
that technology. Thank you,
And I'm
Michael.
so glad that we have children and families, so our podcast can be viewed by all ages. It's not going to be
Yes.
limited to an age of people that are, not as family friendly as we are going to
We
be.
hope that you'll listen to them in the car driving together and everyone
Mhm.
laughing in the back seat.
Yes.
Did you hear that? Yes.
Yes, they're just so funny
PG
that I'm
13.
laughing. You know, you don't got to try to be funny. You just got to just be stupid and smart and silly. And when you start trying, it's not funny.
No,
It's just not.
I don't know what I'm doing right now. I can't
This
see
is
my
called a
headlights.
podcast. We have no plans. We just do what we want. We say what we want. And then people brush
Um,
their teeth and they listen to this.
Speaking of brushing teeth, guess what I got?
A floss pick?
No, a toothbrush that doesn't have plastic.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Elaborate.
bamboo, organic bamboo, of course, with
Okay.
boar bristles.
Boar. And that comes from the animal, the boar?
I hear it's the best thing in town for your teeth. You're not putting microplastics on your teeth and your gums into your bloodline.
Okay.
So it's holistic and very organic. And
Yeah.
I hope I don't get some poor disease.
Get some of those boar
Pork,
germs
right?
in those teeth. No,
Some
I'm
boar.
sure they clean it.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, here's the thing. Your mouth, it's connecting to your bloodstream. So if you
Mhm,
do put plastics anywhere, you don't want to put it into your bloodstream. And
mhm.
does microplastics, do they come off of toothbrushes or are they
Well,
just so solid it doesn't leak
people argue like
plastic?
the water bottle thing, a lot of microplastics as well, possibly. So they
Hmm.
leach into that. Mhm. And
I
you're
mean,
doing
I've
abrasive,
drinking.
you're doing abrasiveness right here. So at some point, some fine micro tip is going to break off and possibly wedge in between that blood that you caused by over brushing your gum
Oh,
line. And you can get mouth plastic disease. It's big. I
mouth
don't want to
plastic
say the
disease.
word. I don't want to say the word what it is, This
Now, is
is
that a disease
we don't
that's
want to go
Google
dark.
verified
We
or
don't
is
want to
it
go
a
dark.
Brian disease?
It's just a nice way of saying the C word.
Oh, well, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pivot to if there's any dentists or dental assistants that know about
Please reach out.
plastic leakage of toothpaste,
No, it's
tooth what?
bristles. Bristles.
Toothbrushes,
Bristles.
bristles.
Yes.
I need to know more info, so we will either Google it or please comment below what you think of bamboo toothbrushes.
Let's set a poll if you use plastic or board.
I would
I
say about
guarantee you it's going to
1%
be
uses bore.
lopsided. Lopsided
Mhm.
poll. But
Speaking
now
of
that I
boars,
put that in your head, yes, tell me about a board.
boar. So yeah, so I sit in my backyard. I have like a lake here in Florida, and
Mhm.
I live here. And last night I heard like a noise, like a blip, 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 blip.
Don't even tell me you have the luxury of having your own toothbrush in the backyard, possibly.
Good idea. But we actually have boars. I think I heard in my backyard, and I don't know if it's a boar because it's kind of a pig sound. It's kind of a bear possibly or a human. So it's got to be a man bear pig noise I'm hearing. So I have
Mm,
potential man bear pigs in my backyard at night that make these
Mm.
boar-like
Let's,
noises.
you gotta set a
I'm going
trap.
into man bear pig at probably 99%
You have to set a
probability.
trap and then
Okay.
brush your face and teeth with it.
Use man bear pig for the tooth brush
Mm.
creating process.
Mm.
Okay, okay, like
It's the
this.
obvious solution in life.
So
So
what do? You have to take their hair out of their body and use the bristles?
I cut it and then I
Uh-huh.
wash it and then
Hmm.
I stick it into bamboo individually. I
Okay.
have no idea about
All
that.
right. All right. And
I don't know
will
how to
this
make a
be
toothbrush.
better than plastic?
Well, going into your bloodstream, supposedly. There's this guy, you know, the guy. He's a
Hmm.
doctor. Dr. Mark something. He's
Hmm.
on the gram. And he's a
Okay.
huge proponent of not eating vegetables.
Not eating vegetables, and he's a
Only
doctor.
eating
We're
the
off to a
meats,
good start here.
only not eating
Okay.
seed oils,
Well,
and
those are bad. I've heard seed oils, so
yes.
that part's correct, I
So seed
believe.
oils, most vegetables. I mean, there might be one or two big into meat, liver, heart of
So
animals.
meat is good, vegetables are bad. Is that what this
Yeah,
doctor's saying?
yeah, pretty much.
And do you believe vegetables are bad?
I don't know what to believe anymore.
I would say vegetables are good and fruit is good and processed food is bad.
Well, we're gonna have to link him in the description so you can watch some of his videos and get his. He's a doctor. He's not just like Joe
He's a
Schmo.
doctor.
There's a lot
But
of doctors.
if
A
you
lot of
believe
doctors
that
have different
vegetables are
theses.
bad, if
I
you
didn't see
believe
him
vegetables are
bad.
bad, not you, I'm sorry, listeners, if you're a listener and you think vegetables are good or bad, comment below
Yeah.
and I want to see what you think. I think vegetables are very good. Do I eat enough of them? No, but I will.
Yeah. Brussels sprouts. What's your least favorite?
My least favorite vegetable is eggplant. I don't like eggplant. Oh
I like
no.
lima beans, which is essentially soy, I believe.
You
So it's
do
a,
like lima beans.
no, I don't.
You don't. Okay.
No.
I like edamame. That's like soybeans, right?
It's gonna
You
make
don't
you
like those? It makes you when
bad
you eat so
for your
when you
health.
eat soybeans, it grows
Your fingers long.
parts of your body to get bigger here in this
Yes,
area
yes,
possibly.
your mammary glands for men. Is that right?
Yes. The mammary yeah, I'm the
The mannery, we can
in
call them.
Polish it's called klatka because we both
Mm,
have Polish wives, so
yep.
this is called klatka when you have like your shirt's low and like you see your chest hair and it's called
Oh,
klatka.
really?
And that's something that I learned from having
I
a Polish
aspire to have
family.
that. My clock does.
Americans don't like to do klatka, but like Europeans, they like the klatka
No,
thing.
our boy Gene used to do the clock. Do this some
No,
Gene for us.
Gene is what was he was Russian and he used to talk about booking big artists. Bro, I would book Tiesto, we would book DJ Irene, we would like to book Tommy Sunshine, we like to book Ian Van Dahl. These all artists are booked premium prices for our show. So
You nailed him.
I can
And that's all I
imitate
talk about.
Russians,
I'm just kidding. He's a great
Polish,
guy. I miss him.
I can imitate a lot of things. So if you ever like an imitation, let me know.
Yeah. Comment
Beavis
down
and
below
Butthead.
what you would like to see him
I can
imitate
imitate
for the
Beavis and
next
Butthead.
episode.
Uh this totally sucks.
Uh-huh.
I needed
Yeah,
more breath.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so we also work on music behind the
Mm.
scenes. We're making a song about Lamborghinis right now, and if
Mhm,
actually more than like four people watch this, maybe for the next episode we'll pull up our session and show you
mhm.
how we make music. If you'd like to see how we make our music,
Comment down
then
below. Like and
comment
subscribe.
below.
Is this where it's
I
going? We don't even know. Where are we gonna share this? What
when
plat?
or
What
where?
platform?
Well, we can start with YouTube.
Hmm.
We can make shorts for all the
Hmm.
other,
That's a good way
TikTok
to
and
promote it,
Instagram.
definitely.
And I can distribute this to like all the podcast companies with the podcast
I mean,
distributor.
with
So
the name, the Caffeine and the Berserk, I mean, just that would probably get clicks randomly. So,
yeah, for people that
who
know our
knows?
names, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, not even that, but just like an interesting title. of
Like, what was the
randomness.
title that we came? What was the title again?
God,
If my
if no, go ahead, go say it. If
this
my
is
aunt had
not as
no
family
balls,
friendly, so I don't want to get in trouble, but it
oh, I
just
said,
says that if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle.
or if my uncle had no balls, she'd be my aunt.
Right. One of those names
One of
might
those
work for the
two.
podcast. So
Yeah,
I heard that in a text message from somebody
a
that texted me
random text.
marketing. It was a
That's a
random text.
yeah. And what is the
Yes.
purpose? What would someone say that and I want you to actually subscribe to or purchase or
Donate
balls?
money.
No.
They
What?
want to donate. They want you to
Okay.
donate money to them. So they start
Okay.
with a grabbing. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle.
Uh-huh.
I'm a great person. Give me money.
Yeah.
And I just
Obviously,
laughed and
put
then
those two
deleted it.
things together, balls and money or something. If you don't have them, if you want them, you gotta give us money
You could just
so we
link up
can support
everything.
the
Now,
cause.
you know, link
And
them up
see, this
there.
is what
Link
we're
them
trying
up.
to stay away from, but I mean,
We
I
got to
don't know
keep
actually,
it family friendly.
and that's why we're so monotone. We're doing good. Normally we'd probably be just rolling and crying if we're
The
possibly.
question is how do we talk normally versus being recorded? So like when we're talking normally, how do we talk? And then when recorded, is it the same? I would like it for to be the same, but whenever
A
you're
little
recording,
low,
it's
but
recording. And then you think like,
yeah,
oh, it's recording. Now might not say this exact thing because
yeah,
everybody's
true.
listening.
Yeah, sort of changes you that red
Yeah.
light.
Yeah, the red light, the not the feeling of people listening to what you're saying and like, I'm sure our wives are watching this and thinking, you know
Or
what?
not.
They're gonna reach 1 million subscribers in a year. I can just tell. Or they're gonna be like, delete it, take it
Yeah,
offline, you
don't ever
guys.
do it again. What are you
Yes.
doing with your life?
What are you doing with your life? But in the future, when we're like, come on, look what's happening.
This is
What are they
why,
gonna say
all
now?
because of this one time we took the chance,
Yes.
and this blew up into,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're not doing this for the money. We're doing this for the love of the fact that we talk and we are entertained by our own conversations. Therefore, there might be someone else out there who might be, appreciative of our content.
okay. So now comes to the point of the episode where we look in front of us on our desk and we find one item to pull up and talk about.
Okay, let's see
We're
here.
just winging it here.
Do you want to go first?
I don't know, man. There's so many random things here. What would be the most entertaining?
I know. I guess this is
Mm.
pretty cool. Okay.
Okay,
This
yeah,
is
you start.
called, can you see it here? This is called a Wi-Fi extender. You can't see it
Oh,
because of my
it's
green
an
screen.
invisible one.
But what this does, it extends the Wi-Fi. It works so good if your router is far from your modem, so I highly recommend using it. I
So
am
how does it work?
not using it because when I
Yeah,
use it, it
clearly.
slows down my Wi-Fi, so it's pointless. So
Mm,
therefore, you don't might not even need this thing. So,
it might be you. Yeah. We might be blurred and cutty, choppy buffering at some point here.
oh, I
But
did the speed test. I got like 400K download and like 20K upload, so I'm all right.
mhm.
I think you're
There we
you're
go.
you're clear.
This random.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is noble shungite from Russia. It is
Okay.
believed to be a meteor from
Oh,
Russia that
okay.
has cleansing and healing capabilities.
Wow.
And now it's
I
on the
like
floor.
that.
So it's
That's
cool,
cool, man.
right? And I had it here randomly. I just found it again. Like I had a whole bunch of them, and like I used to soak my water in it, and like it's supposed to like disperse something.
What do you mean you would soak your water in it?
So I put it, those rocks are shiny, right? And you like,
Hmm.
it's almost like charcoal, sort of.
Yeah.
You put it in there, and it would do witchy woo woo stuff,
Witchy woo woo.
possibly.
Okay.
But a lot of
Hmm.
people attest to it. So I tried it out once to see if like it made me a better person, and it did.
It did.
You see
See?
this?
Whether if it scientifically did it or the
The
placebo effect, it
brain,
still
the placebo,
works.
yeah, it doesn't matter. So get yourself some shungite, noble shungite. It's beautiful, and
Shungite.
you can put your water in it, and vice
And this
versa.
is from Russia,
Yeah,
this
it's from Russia. Only
shungite.
place in the world it's found. I had it
Really?
imported. Yeah,
So
from
that
eBay.
that piece of that's from outer space. Like that's
So
physically
probably
not
something like
from
that, or it's like
Earth.
it's the only place on Earth they have it supposedly. So
Okay.
luckily, I found that I was going to go with some random nonsense like a yellow mouse I found or something, but that's
If
way
you
better.
want Brian to send you a one sample of shungite, comment
Yes,
below, subscribe, and tell us why you deserve to have us
that
send you
shungite. Oh
shungite.
man, that's my last shungite too. That'd be parting with
Oh, you
some.
don't have a whole
I used to like I bought it like
fistful
I
of
bought it like a
gems.
plethora like 10 years ago, and they
Uh-huh.
that's the last one I just lost on the floor somewhere. It could be gone forever now, and you might not get it at all. And we'll substitute it with it's pen, black,
I the
same
pen.
shiny.
I'm trying to look for something else here too that might work for interest level.
Mm,
You know, well, here's one that might be interesting. I was just looking at houses that look like this. Can you see them? Where can you see
no, we
them?
can't.
This.
Your background is just ruining this podcast. Now it's
There we
working.
go. And we're not going to really move to these right now,
Those are nice.
but they're like our
Vision,
goal. So
vision board type stuff. Hey,
when we,
Palti, he's a great guy. Have you ever seen him?
I just like his
The
homes,
name on it
Pulte
says Palti,
Homes.
right? I
Yeah,
think that's
Pulte
how.
Homes.
So that guy
Yes.
on Twitter all day gives stuff away, thousands and thousands and anything random.
Ah, well,
So if you don't follow
shout out
Bill
to
Palti,
Pulte Homes.
yeah, well, the kid, it's the father's legacy. The kid's like super, you know, what's the word? Helpful to the world.
Involved.
No, when you
So
give
he
away
didn't
stuff,
get
philanthropic. There you go.
yes. He didn't get take the
Philanthropic.
dad's business and mess things up then.
He's giving away. But I mean, he's
Yes.
probably maintaining it somewhat. So,
I had to send a message there.
oh,
Shout out to Pulte Homes, by the way. Really nice
yeah.
homes in Florida.
Hopefully, a sponsor in the next episode. Bill Pulte, if you're
Sponsor,
watching, repeat.
potential sponsor, Pulte
Maybe,
Homes.
maybe he could share this on Twitter later today, and when we upload it,
Yes.
and I'll tell him, hey, we talked about Pulte Homes, how great you are for free advertisement. You
Mhm.
might as well just retweet this for us. And
Yes.
reciprocity makes the world go round.
Yeah, so if someone from Pulte is seeing this right now,
Hmm.
we like it. We like it at home. So bring us some more information
You
about the
might not
bed.
build us one.
Might build us each a home one
Mhm.
day if
Yeah.
we're as famous as Tom Segura and
Oh, wow.
the bear guy
We're gonna have to get vulgar. Bert Kreischer.
and Bert. So
Okay.
let's talk about them for a second.
Oh, they're amazing. And they're also vulgar and outspoken. And that's the way I'd want to be. But, not now. Not yet.
Maybe when we have you know, a large following and then income coming in, then we
Maybe
have
one day
less to
when money gets
lose.
to our head.
Yes. Once we
We're
make
like
our $1 million,
million.
our ego does not go up. We stay the same
I'm saying
because it's not the amount of money you have, it's the wealth in your
I've done
mind.
this a lot today. I never
What is
do
it?
that.
This?
No, just like waving my hands in the air.
What does this do? It like changes energy levels?
Maybe. When I'm holding the
Well,
shug guy, it would, right? Yeah,
it,
man.
it it brings in positive and repels negative energy.
True that. Or it leaches toxic chemicals from God knows where into your water. And it made me like this.
You could do that too. So Tom Segura, so he's freaking great actually. At first, I wasn't used to him and I watched him and I'm like, okay, I mean, I guess he's funny. But then now that I know him better, he's definitely gotten funnier.
Hmm.
And Bert, when I watch Bert, he's like I know he's really into himself and I know that's part of his new his
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Well,
part of
I
his
seen him back in
thing
the
that he
day when he
does.
started. He was bad.
He was bad. No, but he's better
Vulgar.
now. So if he's
Vulgar.
watching,
No, vulgar bad.
oh, vulgar bad. I see. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah.
So anyway, I think it's part of his act to be like he meets like
Oh,
celebrities and then he
oh
talks about
no,
himself to them all the time.
definitely.
So
You
that's
can't.
kind of like annoying because that narcissistic trait's kind of obnoxious a
Oh,
little bit.
Tom's over the top now.
Is Tom more narcissistic now
Oh,
that he's
oh
like
my
more
God, yeah. I mean, he's
successful?
always been very blunt and rude on purpose, or his shtick. But now, I
Hmm.
mean, now people get pissed off in the comments. I see more so. So
Uh-huh. I think because he said that
triggered.
you don't want to act different when you have money, and now that he's got more money, he's acting different, and they're like saying, "Well, you didn't say that," and then so
Yeah.
one day we might be on their podcast, The Two Bears in One Cave, because of this idea that we're doing
And I
here, and then
promise to
potentially,
100% change.
yes, I believe it. We could also get flown out to like podcasts where they fly you out and they put you in a hotel like when we were in the DJing days, and instead
Mm.
of mixing live, we're
I go
chatting and
talk and
having the
sit on my
best
butt.
life.
Oh my God, imagine they're like serving you filet mignon and you're like, well, no, I love food and I love talking with food in my mouth.
Well, wait, so if they serve
They
you
better
filet
wine and
mignon,
dine. They're gonna
would it
bring
be
us up.
like the night before, like when you enter the town, you have dinner at night, and then you record the next day? Is
You know how they have that
that?
show with the hot wings? We
Oh
can do
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Where you
We'll
eat
do
the
it with
hot wings and you talk.
some other food like filet mignon. Maybe we get on
Okay.
that one next. What's that one called? Hot wings, maybe? I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Hot Wings podcast where
I would
you
never do
you
that.
because you're afraid of the heat.
Uh-huh. I have
I
a
guess I'd be
geographic
too.
tongue, bro. My
I don't want to
tongue's very
break the heat.
sensitive, hypersensitive. You don't want?
Yeah.
You like hot? No.
You know, it's bad for my acid reflux, so
Oh God, yeah.
technically I don't like hot anymore. I like the flavor. I like the zing. I like the zing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, my
Oh.
boss is messaging me with my job. I actually have two jobs. I'm a life insurance agent where I'm my own boss. And then Brian and I have this other venture that we're doing, which there is a boss. And for some reason, all day we're working, but during this 1 hour podcast, 30 messages come in because that's how
Mhm.
life works.
Yeah.
So can we upload this or not? Hopefully he won't see this one day.
I don't think it's anything bad. Well,
No, other than we're having fun, not doing that job that we were doing earlier today.
yeah, of course. I took a
That's
step
fine.
away. We're entitled to lunch. This is what we're using our lunchtime for.
We're eating, our brains are eating content right now. So, we need this
Viewing it.
food for thought to
Yeah.
be
Oh,
happy with our
there you go. The
lives.
Food for Thought podcast. Spread caffeine berserker. Yeah, I just botched that.
Did we say what our real names are? So you're Brian, aka DJ Caffeine, and I'm Brad, aka Berserk, and we used to be the
Yeah.
artists, music artists.
Mhm.
But we always, all of our years of doing music, we still had like funny or fun conversations, like the best. And now we get to record it for everybody. So
Yeah.
we are how long have we been doing this for? Is there a time
Oh,
here?
pretty good. Pretty good. I didn't think we could rant this long about rambling. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we did want to talk about stories about, back in the music days. Is there any stories that you can think of
Mm,
that might be fun to listen to?
mm. Let's see. Just
Do you remember any of the stories
no.
from those days?
I was
I
catatonic.
To all the listeners out there, usually I'm the one that remembers the stories, and then Brian's like, I don't remember. And I'm like, you don't remember this amazing thing that we did? And he's like, not a bit. I'm like, all right, I'll tell
And
you
I'll be
what
like,
happened.
oh wait, maybe I do. No, I don't. No.
So let's think of a funny memory. So well, here's something we used to do that's kind of fun. So when we used to go, let's say we'd go DJ at like one of these club events in Chicago. Let's say we'd go on late, like 12 to 1 a.m. or something. We'd go back to your house, and instead of just going to bed like normal humans, we'd go to the basement music studio and start
Mm-hmm.
producing music from like 2 a.m. to
So like
like
five.
4 or 5 a.m., drinking like energy drinks in the middle of the night, which is probably not the healthiest thing to do.
No,
And
no.
and then we'd be blasting this like hardstyle kick with like distortion on it, like
Oh
a
my
regular
god.
909 with like distortion. So it'd be like boom, boom, boom. And then
And it
like
was a
we'd have it.
townhouse, so it was like
It was a
connected.
townhouse. We'd have it going for like 30 minutes, and I'd just be tweaking like little like knobs and effects on it. And like we'd be sitting there like two little like Einstein geniuses, like, oh, I think you should turn up the
Yeah.
gain a little bit here and fix and we'd just be sitting like gong, gong, gong. And then we'd have like friends maybe that would be like sitting
Yeah.
behind us, just like half awake, half asleep, just
Yeah.
getting pounded with these loud
It'd be
kicks in
like
their
this, you
head.
go, 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 go,
Gong,
go.
gong, 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 gong,
And
gong.
Joey's on the couch. Up and
Joey
down.
and Danny Sounds.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joey and Danny. Phil would come
Good
over, our
boy.
friend Phil.
Phil was there.
I got a funny story. So we were at your house in the townhouse circa like 2008 or something.
Yeah.
And in those days, DJ Infinity, who's known as Garrett, who's
Hmm.
kind of like from the same egg of music DJs that we were a part of, he used to have a series of CDs called Downtown. And one day he was done spinning at like Spy Bar or something in Chicago. And he's like, "Hey, Brian, I want to come over. I got a few people." He literally brought Downtown with him to your
I
house.
don't
So
remember the scene. Good thing you tell
dude,
me.
we had it was like you, me, and maybe a few friends were there, and then Garrett shows up with Downtown. So we had like the whole Spy Bar showed up to us with Downtown. We're just in the kitchen at like 2 1 in the morning, like talking like it's the middle like of Spy Bar. I don't know what time it was, but like it was
Yeah,
just so
kind of at
like
1 in the morning. It
it
had to
was
like
awesome because like now we're just hanging out now, like we have like a whole social like of all like the promoters, the DJs, and all that fun stuff, and like
volleyball.
then they all left like an hour later, and it just got like really quiet. We're like, dude, the downtown just come over to your house? Like,
Yeah, yeah, for
that was
sure.
freaking pretty nice, actually.
I have a faint
Shout out DJ
recollection.
Infinity in
Was him
Chicago.
that's how that's how I speak.
When Brian was well, no, when I was 16, Brian was 21.
You?
You're
Oh,
5 years older than me, so you were 21 at the time.
yeah.
And I used to go to this club called Industry, which was basically like a rave that was like a club that you can get to when you were 16 because it was like underground. And then at like what, like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m.,
Yeah, usually one or two. I think it was
DJ
one.
Caffeine would go on at like 1 or 2 in the morning. And all the
Even
other
three. I
DJs would
think
play like
three.
it was late.
Yeah.
All the other DJs would play like nice progressive, like, good songs. But then when Caffeine would go on, he'd play like the good shit, like the stuff that's like, yeah, these songs are freaking awesome, like Scott
I worked
Project or
hard finding
like,
those songs every day.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But when you'd go on, I'd go from like, oh, this is fun to like, oh, that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
then my best friend Kevin, shout out K Project, Proper Soul, he goes by now. We used to like listen to Brian, but we jump around like yay, we jump around and do all these like dances, and there was like an Asian section, and they do all these like moves and stuff, and like Brian was like Jesus at the time to me and Kevin and I, so like. And then when Brian used to call me when I was like 17, because he got my number, I had a special ringtone. And the
Mm.
ringtone was like on a Nokia, little Nokia,
Yeah.
the old Nokia phone,
Little brick
and it
phone.
would go, and that was the ear special. So whenever I'd hear that ringtone, I would get
Oh,
like nervous, and my heart would beat. Like, I'd be like, oh my God, caffeine's calling, holy shit, and like I'd answer it, and then we would like click, which is very rare for someone that like you used to like think like look up to. Usually, what is this movement that you're doing? Why are you doing this movement here?
my daughter was trying to come in shot, so I was like this, like holding up one
No,
subtly.
we have
But apparently, it caught the attention.
if the daughter comes, we have to delete and start over. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding. Just
reset
kidding. Shout out to the daughter.
the
Hi,
daughter.
daughter.
We won't say her name
Daughter.
live on air.
And I
And
got
she'll
a
be
son too.
embarrassed
He's
probably
awesome.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Well,
one.
anyway, so you would call, I had a special ringtone, and then you were spinning at zero gravity one day, and you allowed Kevin and me to go in your Range Rover with you to when you were DJing. When we were not DJing, we were just fans, clubheads. And you allowed us to go with you to zero gravity. And it was like the coolest experience because we were in the car with caffeine. We were gonna go see a DJ.
That was fun.
And I had a song that I made that you were gonna play, a CD I
Yeah.
brought of my newest song when I
Yeah.
was like
Did it work?
17. And I gave you the CD, and I forgot if you started with it or you started mixing it in like a couple minutes into your
Uh,
set, and the freaking CD started skipping
oh
real
my.
bad. So the song came in, and it was like, dun, dun,
Dun, dun,
dun,
dun,
dun.
dun, 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 dun,
It
dun,
just,
dun,
yeah,
dun,
didn't,
dun.
it just stopped or ding,
Ah.
ding, ding. And everybody, and my heart, my stomach fell out of my arse, dude. Like literally, like I swallowed my heart. It went into my body. It came out of my body.
You know what I
I
did
pooed it on
to
the
get out
floor.
of it?
What'd you do?
I
Yeah, I do
don't know.
remember.
I'm
I
genuinely
do remember.
asking you what I
You
did.
basically were like looking down. You're kind of like you're like looking down like with this face. You weren't like
This
mad.
guy.
You weren't mad, but you were like concentrating. You were just like
Yeah.
you kind of played it off kind of cool though. You know like you when you used to DJ, you kind of played off like you don't really care, like
Yeah, I'd be
I
like,
don't really care, like.
after I'm gonna do it. Why would I do that? There's a machine. Not my fault.
So you recovered, you recovered, and then I was basically ready to go like into the bathroom in fetal position because I thought
Yeah.
my life was
In the
over.
corner.
You were gonna hate
Yeah.
me after that, and this is what
But then I
makes you
remember I went
awesome.
to the bathroom and I picked you off the ground and said, "Come back, little one. It's not your fault.
Yes,
Keep
and
producing. Go on."
when the CD skipped, I went up to you afterwards, and I'm
Uh,
like, my wife is calling. Hi. I went up to you. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. And you were like, it's fine, dude. I'm like, it's fine. Like, you don't hate me for life. You're like, nah, it's no big deal, bro. Shit happens. I was like, he doesn't hate me. And from that moment, I knew that you were still okay with me as a human, even though I potentially publicly embarrassed you. And from that point, our trust was solidified. I
yeah.
would never do that to you again, and you would trust me in difficult
I'm
situations.
glad
So
you
here we
remember that
are.
story. Good story.
Oh, I have
I completely
these
forgot it.
podcasts. I'm going to bring up all these
Oh,
stories of
great.
memory of these good stories that are going
Yeah,
to provide good content for us and
yeah, of
everybody
course.
else. Hmm
And
hmm
I'll relive them via through you, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome, Brain. Well, there's some more stories.
Anytime.
I don't know if I want to give them all away now. We can
No,
save them
come
for
on.
the future
This is a
podcasts.
long. This is episode 3001 negative zero
Yeah,
one. Yeah, so
this is the
pilot.
pilot to see if we're actually like relevant to society. Maybe we'll get like 150 views. I don't know, 1,000
I don't even know
views.
if people like would this something one person would listen to. Is it? I don't know. Truly.
I think YouTube listens to every word that we say, and then
Hmm.
they allow us to be promoted within their algorithm as long as we don't bring up like serious
Yeah,
topics that
yeah,
they don't like.
yeah. We love YouTube and all the
As a
things
matter
you
of
do.
fact, YouTube is probably the greatest invention, because you can learn anything on YouTube.
Oh, definitely.
I'm kind of brown nosing a little bit, but you can learn anything on YouTube. I mean, without YouTube, we would be like 5, 10 years in the past. So, I mean, that's the truth. I'm not embellishing anything.
We should have started channels though back then. Imagine.
If we started a channel like a couple of years ago, we probably, hopefully, have a lot of followers, and that
No,
could provide an income
like
stream.
2009, 10, like when we should
Oh
have.
yeah.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
We didn't have Zoom though. We'd have to probably like do it the old-fashioned
No,
way,
I'm just
right?
saying, just like a channel for God knows everything. Just putting videos, music, everything, live,
Yeah, yeah,
live
yeah.
footage, incidents.
Which
Because
brings me to a
like
good
most
point.
YouTubers are.
If you're listening to this podcast, can you let us know?
Shoot.
Would you like to see music, us making music? Would you like us to give more stories about our music lives? Would you like us just to not have any agenda, just talk about random shit? Or do you not really
That's the
care?
first swear word,
I
bro.
said, oh, our
Ah,
lo our algorithm.
we're gonna beep it.
No.
We're gonna beep it.
Son of a horse snout.
Good, Farrell.
Is Will Ferrell your favorite comedian?
I don't have one anymore.
I think Will
Nowadays,
Ferrell's one
it's
of my
tough to make
favorites.
me laugh. The only person that makes me laugh is you, Brad.
If you're saying that I'm funnier than Will Ferrell, then that would be amazingly if it were true. But thank you so much. Thank you. How about How about Zach Galifianakis? I like Zach. He's funny.
Hmm. No, definitely.
Let's
I mean, it
see.
used to be funny. I have no idea now. Like right now, who's funny? I
Well,
don't
I
know.
mean, obviously, Cat Williams is funny. We already mentioned Theo Vaughn. I do like Andrew Santino with Bobby Lee.
You know what's great?
Um,
Just I like similar, but not the same as a podcast.
mhm.
Those three Italian guys,
Three Italian
maybe
guys.
four Irish. Brian, Joe Gatto. Come on,
Oh, the
imposters.
Impractical
Impractical
Jokers.
Jokers. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they will make me laugh out loud. Truly.
Oh, me too.
Just like cry at times too.
Who's your favorite Joker?
Oof. I don't know. Sal probably. He's so funny, like weird. And
Sal?
bad. Yeah. I guess he's
I
not
was
that
told
funny
that
either.
I used to look like Sal like circa 2000 and like 15 when he was like the short-haired Sal,
Yeah.
kind of like that.
And the wave.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and say that Joe
Joe
Gatto is
Gatto.
probably my favorite
Yeah.
Joker
Yeah.
because Sal laughs at Joe because Joe's
Yeah.
so funny. But Joe just laughs, I think, at Sal as kind of like they're old friends.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Sal laughs at Joe like Joe is like
It's
hysterically
hysterical.
amazing.
Yeah.
And if I could meet Joe Gatto, I'd be like a total fan. And if I met Sal, I mean, if I met any of them, I'd be fans. But
No, definitely.
Joe to me is like I
Who's
love
Brian and
Joe.
Murray? Those are the other two, right?
Yeah, you got Brian Q and Murray. I like Murr
Yeah, he's
and
funny.
I like Q. I like
They're
all
all
of them.
funny. They're all funny.
Are they
The
as good without
situations they
Joe
get are
Gatto?
funny. What?
Are they as good without Joe Gatto?
We'll never know. Hope, thankfully. I mean,
I will let you decide, listeners. I will let you
yes.
decide. They have
Comment
guests
down
on.
below if you think it'd be better with or without them.
Comment down below if you want us to make it Impractical Jokers. We can do our own type of idea. I don't know. Maybe come up with some,
I love
episode
that
where
one.
we imitate
Here's
them.
another question. Am I going to be
Hmm?
super small the entire podcast? Like I'm up on the screen up here. I see myself. So I can only imagine that I'm in like mini size.
Yes, yes. I will be the big screen, and then little tiny Brian will be on the corner
Hi
as
guys.
the
Permission to
second
speak, sir.
the second host of the show, not the
Yes.
first.
The
I'm
miniature.
big.
It's like
Well,
on
if my
my
cat, to be honest, I think it'll be like even. Like I'll be below and you'll be higher. It will be the
really?
same size. Yeah, yeah. I'm seeing you and me as equals on my
Oh,
screen,
okay.
so
Cool.
that's
Yeah,
just the way you have it set up. You can
yeah,
change your view
apparently.
by going to the top
You're a
right and
professional
clicking.
zoomer.
Listen, I pay the $15 a month. I know my Zoom, okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. And guess what? Mike made a decision for us, so we don't have to.
And that
That's
would
good.
be with our job with our boss, you mean? The guy
Yeah,
Mike that we work with. Shout out to
yeah.
Mike and our boss.
Shout out.
Shout
No,
out.
we're not telling them about posting this, so
We could talk
confidential.
about that, but that's for another time. We are here
For
to talk about
you,
whatever the blink we want, because this
yeah,
is our show and we make the rules, baby.
ramble.
Let's ramble, baby. Let's ramble, baby. The
And
Ramblers.
we're gonna put some
Uh,
music right here. And we're gonna pretend things.
And usually we would use sounds like do 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 do
Oh,
do
we need
do
like
do
a
do.
ding.
More, and then we have the gun 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 dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun, 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 and then we have people like, oh my god.
a
So
sample of
Brian,
it.
how many followers do you have in your Facebook?
40 something
40,000
thousand.
followers.
Oh man, I don't know. Am I willing to put this out there? I have
Might
to,
say the new Caffeine versus Berserk podcast, 40,000 followers need to know about this podcast,
throw a
I
couple
think.
bucks at it to promote it.
Yeah. We can both
I
throw a
got some
couple
right
bucks
here.
into it. Yeah, you want to see my dollars?
Yeah.
Dollars of knowledge. This is
Oh,
going to make dollars. The neuroscience of
here's what I
selling.
got
This
here.
is my dollars.
This is my
A
10 ounce
lighter?
silver.
Oh, 10-ounce silver. Yeah.
Money
These are
is
my
power.
breathe right strips. Do you use breathe right strips on your nose?
I got some
It makes your
quarters
nose
here.
expand. Quarters.
Yeah.
And I have
A
I
washer.
have. Oh
Oh,
my God, I
money
have something
washer.
cool. I have something worth content. This is. Wait, hold on.
This is
This
can oh
is.
we can sell this in the link below, whatever it is.
Yes, go to my Amazon link. This is a mini vacuum
Vacuum
cleaner, okay? This
for a
thing is
mouse.
so cool. You could put this like let's say your keyboard is full of dust. You just
Ooh,
plug this into the
ooh,
USB and then you get this little tiny guy and it really
ooh,
works. And then
ooh.
you can open it, empty it out.
Can you turn it on for us right now?
Well, I have to plug it in, so if I
Oh,
can do that real
it's a
fast
USB,
here.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna look down at your keyboard here.
All right, let me turn this on. And it really vacuums. Yeah.
I don't even hear it.
Ah.
Is it really on?
Oh, we have noise cancellation on, so it doesn't hear it?
It's like
Wow.
crap.
Some good noise cancellation. But
Yeah.
anyway, where did I get this? I got this at like Five Below or something, but we can put the
Link in the
link in the
description.
description.
Pick it up now for $4. We're going below Five
Yes.
Below. We're busting prices down.
Oh my God, Four Below, baby. That's our
Mm,
store. We're gonna open an online store with this podcast. We'll call it
great
Four Below.
idea. Done with the podcasting now. We're going straight to the store. Four
Are we
dollars
gonna
online, everything.
That means everything we sell has to be like keychains. Like we can't sell like a t-shirt for Four
You can
Below.
sell one shungite rock that I just grabbed off the
Oh
floor
my
for $4.
God. Physically held by DJ Caffeine Shungai Rock.
Wow, hold
Worth
each one
800,000
individually, and then I'll throw them in a bucket and come out to you for $4.
rubles.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
If you're
All right.
still watching our if you're still watching our podcast, thank you so much for listening to
Yeah,
us. Are you
truly.
smarter because of this podcast? I don't know. But are you entertained?
That's the
If you're
big
still
question.
listening, you're
You
entertained
probably
if you're still
are.
listening.
So you
Yes,
might as well
yes, yes.
listen again next week. Same time, same channel. We don't know yet, but we're gonna figure
Yes,
that out.
what's the name of our channel? Is it the Caffeine versus Berserk pod? Are we Caffeine versus Berserk or are we and each
With
other?
inside of, I don't know.
Caffeine within inside of Berserk. Um,
Um,
let's
see,
see.
we got the laugh.
It's still family friendly because it can mean like many things. It doesn't have to be the
Yeah,
bad
I didn't
thought.
I didn't go there, gutter.
Oh, like when you're at the dentist, you're with inside
It's
someone's
like I
mouth.
was trying to put the two words together of a collab type, and that
Okay,
within
with
never
inside.
coincide.
With coincide, not with inside. Coincide.
I
That's yes.
reiterate, coincide,
So
not
caffeine coincides with me. So we can do just I mean, if we're verses, it's gonna have to be like who can outdo each. I can say the funnier thing, or you can say the more
no.
interesting.
That's not what it's about.
We're not verses.
It's
We
about
are
you.
coincide. Yeah, it's about the
Coincide.
listener,
Yes,
but it's too
coincide. The
long. I think just
coincide
and
podcast.
that
Coincide podcast.
coincide. Co go inside. Co We are inside of a
The
podcast.
computer.
Coincide. If you guys have any good names for us, put them in the
Yeah.
comments below, please.
Drop it in the
Yes.
comments. This is my favorite thing to do. Drop it in the comments below. We
Drop in the
like
comments
engagement.
below.
It helps the algorithm. No, no, no. How many times a day do you
Please.
hear that?
Hey, don't
Smash the
forget to subscribe when you hear
smash
this noise.
smash
Ding.
the like button.
Oh, don't forget to smash the like button.
Turn the phone aside and subscribe.
Leave a comment below and you will win $1.
Yeah, possibly never.
Oh, I forgot Shane Gillis. I like Shane Gillis as a comedian too, by the way.
Yeah, great. I'm glad. I had no idea who that is. But Shane,
All
I
right,
believe
guys. Thank you so
more.
much. It was nice working. You don't know who Shane Gillis is? He's only
I
the
know. Wait, he was the guy on Saturday Night Live.
yeah. Shane Gillis from Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
He was amazing.
Yes, he's funny. What about Kill Tony? I like the Kill Tony podcast. Do you watch that?
Like I said, I'm a snippet flipper. I'll be like, oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. And then if I never really click the link to see the full podcast, I'm gonna be honest.
What I do when I'm like brushing my teeth or like even just gonna put this out there, like when I shower, I just put on YouTube because I'm like I
With
don't like being
plastic.
bored. Yeah, and I put it up away from the water and I listen to podcasts because it keeps me entertained. And then sometimes if it's interesting, I'll go to bed and I'll put the phone next on my nightstand and I'll basically listen to the podcast until I can't stay awake and then I just turn it off and go to sleep. So like I do listen, I'll listen to like a whole hour podcast. You know, like and I'll
Mhm.
just be entertained by it. It's actually better than podcasts, in my opinion, are better than TV because on TV, you got commercials, then you
Mhm.
got like agendas and narratives, and then
Yeah, for sure.
distractions, and then like
I
celebrities, and then
choose
like
my narrative.
non-sports and news, and then like,
Yeah,
bad news and
products.
podcasts. It's like real. You're listening to two real people. We're not edited. It's just like one long show. People just talk. There's no like, you know what I mean? There's no and now our
No,
spot.
no.
Well, we might have a
Oh, there could
sponsor,
be.
but
Eventually, they'll be like, our paid sponsor is.
our
Oh,
paid sponsor
oh man, who is it?
is
Oh man, I got
Bayer Dynamic headphones.
G
Bayer
Star Raw
Dynamic.
sunglasses.
Alanu sports drinks. I'm drinking it backwards.
Low
Oh wait,
G mouse.
these earbuds I got for only $20 on Amazon.
Link
They're a
in the
Chinese
description.
knockoff. Nasal strips, nose strips. They unclog your effing nose. Not unclog, they widen your nose.
Have a party in your own house with this strobe light, mini strobe light. You plug it into the device and it's lights
All
everywhere.
right. I like that. That
Link
thing's
in the
cool. I
description.
like that. Link in description. A pair of scissors so I can cut my hair live for entertainment
Oh,
value. I did it. I did it for your entertainment. I have my own hair. I did it.
virility
You
achieved.
you better like this episode. I just cut my own hair for the shit. Oh,
The second place is
this
you make. Now you can make like a voodoo doll out of it.
Brian, I won't be happy until you cut maybe a piece of your hair. Can you cut a
I,
hair for the
I
audience?
don't know if
Do
there's
you have a
anything with the.
scissors?
I'm not
Can you
like
do something to alter yourself
no
permanently for
different.
our
I don't have
entertainment?
nothing. I don't have nothing that
That's
can
okay.
cut.
It's kind of
Next
a tall
episode, I'll
task.
try and bring scissors to the table.
That's a great way to get out of doing something like cutting your hair for the good of other
But
people.
but your sacrifice will go far and well appreciated.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Maybe one day I'll just get a haircut during the podcast just to keep it,
And while you
interesting.
talk,
Yeah.
like some guy, some Joe from the barber shop, will be like, like do your beard with the
Did
nice
you say
sharp knife
Some Joe from the podcast? I mean
from
the
the barber
barbershop?
shop. Joe, some Joe. Well, it's
Some
probably
Joe.
freaking Joe.
Hey,
Hey,
some
I'm scrapping them.
Joe.
Do it up. Boom, 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 boom,
Yo, I got two scissors for these guys. Yo, cut those
boom.
hairs. Yay, 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 yay. So
Canceled by all
I
Joes.
used to live in Illinois. I used to live in the Chicago suburbs, and then I moved to the Tampa suburbs. Brian is still up in the Chicago suburbs. So even though we are thousands, 1,200 miles
Miles,
apart or something,
like 1,200
or
miles.
2,000 miles, whatever, we are still connected like this,
Hmm.
and nobody can get in between us. Nobody. If they get in between us, we squash it and revolt it, and then reconnect into alignment.
I'm doing this again.
We are lining. We are line. Do
We're
this to a line. We
manifesting
are
union.
lining. We are aligned.
I have a great mantra I'm going to share it next time on the podcast. So if you would like to hear it, tune in next time.
My son, he's a toddler. He's two. He's the cutest thing ever. He drinks a drink and he goes like this. And I love when he does that. It's my favorite. And he does it all
He
the time. So
starts.
now every time he drinks, he's like, and I just like look at him like, he's just so cute. And I just want to like kiss him. He's the cutest little baby toddler ever. Because he's my son. I'm allowed to say that, yes.
Yeah, but don't
I
kiss
think
too
most people
much.
think that about their own children.
No, of course, everyone does. Everyone's kid's the best kid.
Yeah. You know. We have children now, so we're dads.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in the next podcast. So if you like that, comment below. All right. I think we're gonna go now though, because I have to go do stuff with the fam. I mean
So
work.
before you go, I think I might start a band in Florida.
What?
So my wife has two friends, and they have two husbands. So,
Is this your
uh,
advertisement for the people to
this
be?
is real. This is real.
Yeah,
No, it's a true story. It's not an advertisement. And I
you're
play the
getting band
guitar. I
members
can
now.
sing. One of the dads plays bass, and one of the dads plays drums. So we have like what we need for a band, and we all have dad bods. So I
Mm.
think we're gonna call our band the Dad Bods, and we're probably gonna play cover songs because that's what
Oh, you
does good
get.
in
Oh
Florida.
yeah, that's how you do it. What are you gonna play like Nirvana or what?
I can play Nirvana, yeah, I can with the lights out, and I can do stuff like that maybe. It's less. I can't do it now, but I can
I'll
once I
send
get
you a
warmed
video
up.
of a dad bod rap I heard. I think
Uh-huh.
I
Uh-huh.
have. It'll be similar. It'll be a link
And
in
by
the.
the way, my wife loves the dad bod. You don't need to be muscular anymore. You just need a nice quality dad bod, and your wife will love it because you're just real. You're not like at the gym. Now, nothing against working out, but you're not like at
No,
the gym
no, we
like,
love all people.
what's the size of your muscles? That's how I determine your success in life. Nope.
No, definitely.
You're a real man with the dad bod. Well, no, you're a real man if you work out too. I'm nothing against it, but having a dad bod is
Pretty
not
much.
bad, you know? So, all right, Brian. Well, is there
All
anything
right.
that you'd like me to cut out of this episode before we
I
upload it?
don't know, bro. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll let the wife decide that one.
Our wives will watch this and be like, Brian and Brad, I'm so proud of you. You guys
Yeah,
have just provided such excellent content and done nothing wrong. And we totally would love for you to continue this as long
every
as it
week.
brings an income for us to spend it on new purses.
Yeah, new purses.
If we can buy
Always,
them new
it always
purses
comes
from
back to
this,
the purses.
the more they can buy, the happier they'll be with us. So we will make that
Wow.
happen here.
I've never said that about you, honey. I love you.
I'm just talking about my wife. I don't know about
Yeah,
anybody else's
no,
wife. I just assume that to be the case.
no, it's pretty straightforward across the board.
So
Purses make the world go round.
what time did you text me? Because when you texted me, that's when we started recording, and I'll tell you how long it's been. 1 second here. 1 second. Oh wow, we've been doing this for over an hour
Wow.
and like 5, 6 minutes or something like that. So heck,
Yep.
that's a pretty good first episode.
Congratulations
All
on all
right.
our success.
I think we're gonna be good. We're gonna get like if we can get like 5 subscribers after this, we're starting off.
I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm gonna get
Please
yelled at for
continue
that one.
doing that. And I
I'm
want to
just
see more of that one.
I'm trying to just get a certain follower that really connects with that.
Yes.
Like,
When
I
you
do that
what
too.
is that
What?
called? What is that
Shimmy,
movement
maybe?
called? This
Shimmy.
this
I think
head
it's shimmy.
it's kind of like
Okay.
it's kind of like an arrogant like I'm so funny and awesome like not that
Oh
you're
no,
like that, but
I thought I was just doing some stupid like head babble.
that's what people do when they think that they're like so smart and like they're better than everybody. They're like, "Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
I make $1 million."
All day.
So
All
yes,
right.
so thank you
Yeah.
guys. I have a
Grow your
unibrow.
monobrow for next week so we can shave it live on the because you can
Oh
see it's
yeah.
obvious
Oh my God. Thank God I don't have that. Shout out to Anthony Davis who
anymore.
has a unibrow from Chicago.
Who? Who?
All
Who?
right. Thank you guys so much. We did a podcast.
The
Yeah.
first pilot episode.
Let's
Oh,
go.
-1.
Oh my God. We are so going to be watched by 8 people. I can't wait for those 8 people to see this.
I'm gonna
Maybe
share.
8 million in like 5 years. We'll see this episode as the
Yeah,
pilot.
yeah. And then share it with your friends. That's what we can say. If
Share it with your
not, yeah,
friends.
yeah, do you want that even?
Be like, holy crap, Brian and Brad. I know them from 2011.
Yeah,
They have
just
a
don't comment
podcast.
horrible stories and because they don't remember. They're just
Do
gonna be fat.
not give
Yeah, we
any
know.
ideas.
Cut this off.
Just when you make comments, make them friendly. Even if you don't like us, then you can tell us. That's fine. But like,
It helps the algorithm.
it helps the algorithm.
Yeah.
Don't be like Brad used to, you know, Brad used to, take a dog with him
Good.
to DJ because that would
Okay.
hurt the dog's ears. Don't mention that I ever did that because I didn't.
I don't think you did. I
I never
mean,
bought a dog with
I
him.
think you might have wanted to. No.
But you know what? I once went to a club. Well, you've been there where they had like animals. This was at Energy. They
Oh,
had
right.
like, they had like lions there in a
Lions.
cage.
Yeah. I'm
And
like, this can't be good for them.
Energy was awesome, by the way. I used to love that club.
Oh yeah.
But I
I'm
did
pretty
feel
sure there
bad for
was
the
not one
lions
place I didn't
hearing.
like to go.
Say it again?
I'm sure there's one place I did not like going. I like to go all of them.
Oh
They're
yeah,
all
yeah, 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 yeah. Shout
amazing.
out to all of our clubs we used to spin at Energy, Zero Gravity,
Yes.
Mission, and all the Chicago clubs that we've been at, but mainly those three, because those like they were
Yeah.
under 21, but that's where you get like the true fans. Like when you're
Yeah.
like 18 up, you get like the
We're
true
there for the
fans. Because
music.
I remember once when I was in high school, we had this like
Oh,
convention where all the kids.
you should save it. It's a good story.
Well, I'll make it fast.
All right.
And there was these kids and they were like there was like a room with like music in it. And they were, their nationality was Asian. And that's fine because a lot of the Asians were fans of Brian's music. And I looked at them like they're like, who's in there? I'm like, there's caffeine in there. And they're like, oh, they like ran in there. I mean, of course you weren't in there. I just said that as a joke, but just seeing the reaction and going in there was awesome. Like they were so
That's too
happy.
funny.
Then they came out, they're like, he wasn't in there. I'm like, I know, I was just kidding. They're like, oh, so
My God, vicious.
true story, true story. Shout out Stevenson High School, Lincolnshire, Illinois, best high
Best high
school in the
school in the
world.
nation, pretty much. Public school. I saw maybe, one of them.
Shout out Jalen Brunson, who's on the Knicks. He went to Stevenson High School and he's like scoring like 60 a game. Okay.
No way, really?
One of his games last week, he scored 60 points. So
I
go
gotta
look
Google
that
him. I don't
up.
even know who he is.
Jalen Brunson, baby. Stevenson's finest.
Brunson, maybe we'll have you on the podcast next time if you're lucky.
We went to the same high school and come on down.
You want to be on this podcast.
All right. I think I've dragged this long enough. I see
Yep,
you got to go. I'm sorry.
I gotta go.
All right, Brian. Thank you for the podcast today, everybody.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste.
Like and subscribe and share. And I'll never
If you
do this
think we're
again.
worthy, let us know. Thank you so much.
Bless
All
up.
right. That's my way of saying goodbye.
If you stay for the end, you got to see that nice tidbit. All right, Brad. You're gonna get
I'm not
canceled.
gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Say
All right,
that.
when do I press the end button? Now? All
Yeah, sure.
right, here we go. Ready, set, bye.